Hello everyone, this is Peppermint. Today I'm going to show you how I made this very pretty necklace and earring set. It's made out of glass beads. So let's get started. Here are the supplies that I'm using. Most of these beads were purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I have 3 different types of seed beads that I'm using. Bead Treasures is the name of the brand, and I did get these from Hobby Lobby, and they are 6/0 glass seed beads, and this color's crystal. Another 6/0 glass seed bead from Bead Treasures, metallic silver coated, and some black seed beads. These are smaller. They are 12/0 seed beads, and they are called Glass Seed Beads Black Opaque. I got these from AC Moore, and in my area they are no longer in business, and I'm not sure if they are anywhere else. But I got these on the clearance rack, but it's been a very long time ago. And they are seed beads, but they are cube shaped, as you can see. And these beads, they are bugle beads, little short bugle beads. And this is the company, and I inherited these beads, and they are probably pretty old. And this is the beads that I got for the necklace, and they look like this. I got these from Hobby Lobby. Those will be the main beads. It's Color Gallery 515825. There were 9 on here, and there were clear seed beads in between them. They were on the string, the ones that are hung on a string. And I got some bead-along cord for beading cord. Here are the supplies that I will be using. I have some, I don't know what these are called, but they are crimping bead pliers. They go with the crimping beads, and here are the crimping beads that I will be using. This is what holds the cord together, keeps your beads from falling off. And this is the brand that I'm using. And I picked these up from Walmart, and I've had them for quite a while, and they're pretty neat. They have a cutter, and they're long nose pliers, and they also have a flat area so you can pull on stuff. And some glue. I'm using super glue. You can use some kind of jewelry glue. And I have a beading needle. You can buy these, or you can make them. This is the necklace I will be making, and I'll show you how I did it. I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see the pattern that I'm doing. Now, the first step of making this is I have a palette that I lay my beads out on, and that's what I'm going to do first thing. Figure out what pattern of beads, which beads I want to use, and what looks good beside of what. And I'll put them in order on the little palette. The clasp that I'm using is this type. It screws together. Okay, I got my palette all filled out and laid out the way I want it. And so now I'm just going to string the beads, starting with the clasp, the crimp bead, and then however I want my necklace to look. And then I ended over here with another crimp bead and the other part of the clasp. And I've got some beading cord here, and I am going to string it through. Normally I like to tie it on the eye right here so it doesn't fall off, and usually it'll go through the beads, but I'm using some real tiny beads with some small holes in here, and so I'm not sure if the knot would go through the bead. As a matter of fact, I really don't believe it would. On the end of the cord, I have a clear bead that I'm going to just tie on the end, just so that the beads do not fall off. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to pull one of these strings, one of the sides of the string. It's doubled through here. So now there's just one strand going through the necklace. Okay, this is what we have so far. It is single-stranded at this moment. Okay, I've got the string towards the end. I got the string towards the end of the cord, and I'm going to go through the crimp bead and a couple more beads. Okay, I'm holding on to the clasp and I'm pulling slightly, just slightly, so that the beads come up snug against the clasp. And now I'm going to get my clamping pliers. These pliers go with these type of beads. I don't know what all else they would work on. These pliers have a little groove in here, and it will shape the crimping bead into a round bead, and it will hold the cord together. So there's the bead, the crimping bead. I'm going to put it right in that groove, and I'm going to press the bead, and then it will go into a ravioli shape, and then you'll turn it 90 degrees. And you'll press again. And now you just shape the bead into a round shaped bead, or into a round shaped bead. You just keep rotating it in the groove until it looks like a round bead. Okay, and there's that end. I broke the black bead on the end, but it's okay. Okay, now that I have that end of the necklace done, I need to go through all the beads and go back to where I started at. So I can do the other crimping bead at the other end. All the way down to the end, and I've taken off the little bead that was on the opposite end. You know, the very first bead that I put on to keep them from sliding off. And now I have both strands, both ends are through the eye of the needle. And I'm going to go, I have the clasp on as well, and both of these strands are through the clasp, and I'm going to go back through the crimp bead. And a couple more beads as well. There's the ravioli. $90. And now I'm going to shape it like a little ball. I'm clipping off about 3 inches of this 20 gauge wire. It's silver, but it's probably copper on the inside. And I am bending the wire on one end, a little bit more than 1/4 inch. And then I'm taking these round nose pliers and I am wrapping the wire so that I create a loop on the end of this wire. And I'm working on trying to bring it up to the top. And that's what it should look like. Now I am stringing my beads onto the wire, and the little loop is keeping these beads from falling off. And I chose to use the 12-0 black seed bead, the silver 6-0 seed bead, and my main bead, and then the silver bead and the black bead again. So now I'm taking these round nose pliers and I am bending over the wire on the other end. This will be the top part of the earring. And I'm kind of using these pliers as a guide to cut the wire so that I'll have the exact amount to make the top of the earring. Now this is the earring hook. You can buy them at Hobby Lobby. I'm just putting the earring hook on the wire, and then I'm going to twist the wire back vertically, and I'm going to try to get the earring hook to be on the inside of that loop. That way when the earring is being worn, then the decoration will be like attached to the earring. I'm trying to get the loop to close. That is very important, because if you don't get it closed all the way, then your earring could come apart and then you would lose your beads. I haven't really mastered this part yet, but I will. And now I am going to take the two loops and I'm going to twist them so that they are identical, so that they're twisted the same on both ends.